Change is the only constant. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am a recovering alcoholic. I'm still sober, and I'm still enjoying each and every single day. I've never met somebody who's ever regretted getting clean and sober. Whenever we first started on our road to recovery, we basically, for lack of a better phrase, have to learn things all over again. After all, if we look at our own personal experiences, well, at least my personal experience, I spent the better part, the majority of my adult years as a drunk. Hell, I forgot how to be a grown-ass adult. And so when I made the commitment to get clean and sober, I had to learn brand new things I hadn't yet learned. And then I also had to relearn things that I had forgotten over the years. And I did that, as I shared yesterday, by going to fake A meetings. However, I went into those fake A meetings with only one objective. That goal, was simply to talk to somebody to figure out how they stopped drinking, because that was what I was after. I wanted to figure out how to stop drinking. So I went into the fake A meetings, and that's all I did. That was the only thing I was after, was find out what it was they did to be able to stop drinking for good. I didn't need their marital advice, didn't need their financial advisor's phone number, didn't need any of that horse shit. I just wanted to figure out what it was they did to stop drinking. And whenever I walked into these fake A meetings, I heard these clever one-liners, these clever little cliches. I'm sure you've heard them too. I call them the regurgitated one-liners. Some of them are horse shit, absolutely, but there's a lot of them that are true. One of my favorite ones is nothing changes if nothing changes. That is absolutely true. And the idea there is, whenever you're a newcomer and you're going to these fake A meetings and you hear that, what the idea there behind that is, if you continue the line of thinking that you had that brought you into the rooms in the first place, if you just continue that, then one of two things are going to happen. Either one, you're going to spend the rest of your life stuck in that fake A meeting. Doesn't sound too terribly appealing to me. Or two, I'm going to go back to that old way of life, that old self-destructive lifestyle that I was trying to get away from. Well, that definitely doesn't sound appealing to me. So if I don't change my thinking, if I don't continually change my thinking, I'm never going to grow. Remember, change, if we change our thinking, we change our actions. And once we change our actions, we start changing our life. We can't have growth without change somewhere in the mix. We have to change something. But the problem for the newcomer becomes this. The same people in that fake A meeting that are telling you, hey, you have to change your way of thinking. Yes, that's true, but what they're not telling you, and this is what causes a lot of confusion for newcomers, is we want you to change your old way of thinking, but we want you to start thinking like we do. And that's where I have the problem. Because let's break it down. On the surface, that sounds great. Okay, I was thinking like an active alcoholic. Now I need to start thinking like a recovering alcoholic. That makes sense to me. I get it. Totally get it. But let's think about it just a little bit deeper. After all, it's what we try to do here on the Recovery Classroom. I was thinking like an alcoholic, and now you want me to change my thinking and start thinking like another alcoholic. Well, that doesn't sound like I'm going to be able to get too terribly far. Sure, you may be clean and sober, and that's fine. But I want to think better than the old alcoholic version of me. I want to think better than the alcoholic version of the guy sitting next to me in the room. I want to think better. I want you to think better than I do. I want you to have that much growth in your life. I want you to outgrow that fake A meeting that you're sitting in right now. Matter of fact, a lot of people come to me and tell me, they'll talk to me, and they'll be like, yeah, I've been going, I've been in recovery for a while, and I just feel like I'm getting static. I'm kind of getting in a rut. And my first question to them is, are you going to the same meetings? Because if you're going to the same meetings and you don't feel like you're growing, well, the chances are you've hit that bulkhead. You've hit that stopgap, if you will. In other words, you've started growing, but then you finally stopped. And my question to you is, why do you think you stopped? Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're stuck in these old, dried up, dead-ass fake A meetings, you probably need to find another fake A meeting to start going to and start attending. A lot of people, I'm not saying everybody, by all means, but there are a lot of fake A meetings out there with people in it that, yeah, they want you to grow. They want you to change your line of thinking. They just want you to start thinking like they did. I don't want to think like another alcoholic. I don't want to think. I don't want to think like another drug addict. I want to start thinking like me, the sober version of me. I want to find the sober version of me. And yes, when I think something incorrectly, I want to be able to correct it, correct that line of thinking, and start over again, and course correct, if you will. I want to think like me. I don't want to think like other people, and that's what I want for you as the newcomer. I don't want you to think like me. Hell, that's a scary place. Being in this head, definitely a scary place. Without change, without us being willing to change our thinking, well, we're not going to have any growth. But we have to make sure that the only thing that stays consistent is that we stay willing to change our thinking. And more often than not, I see a lot of folks go into the fake aid meetings, they change their thinking and they stop changing their thinking, which means they stop growing. And that's a dangerous place for me to be. So with that being said, I'm out of time. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If you like the content of the Recovery Classroom Morning Monologues, please feel free to like, share, and follow. Share on your own personal Facebook page and all your other social media accounts. If there's a topic you'd like to have discussed, feel free to message into us on the Recovery Classroom Facebook page. Be more than happy to take a look at it. We'll be talking again soon, guys. Remember, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.